As Australia's COVID-19 restrictions continue to ease, many are starting to return to their physical offices for work. Social distancing limits are still in place, but for a lot of workers, this has been a welcome relief from their work-from-home setups over the past few months. While many Australians have embraced the work-from-home culture, for some, there's still been quite a few challenges.
Um, I think the biggest one is probably the interaction and the friendship bond that you have with the team, with the work colleagues and teammates around you, right? Initially, it was easier where even though it was a smaller team working here in Sydney itself, where you could just turn around and you can ask them a question, or you could just ask them for a coffee and go outside, just to freshen up or have that conversation away from the desk itself. And now it is a lot more where you go online, you check their calendar, see if they're actually available, or check their status on Teams and see if they're busy or in a call or in a meeting. And based upon that, then you decide if you want to call them or you just want to drop them a message.
Working from home is not a new phenomenon. It's actually been going on for years. And with our lives becoming more increasingly complex and difficult to manage, perhaps it should become the norm rather than a privilege.
So given the company that I've worked for, work from home was part of the flexibility that is provided to us. So we could choose our own times in terms of when we needed to work from home, given certain situations and tasks that were to be completed, or if there were meetings that were to be conducted at different time zones per se, then we would be working from home for those particular hours.
The government's three-step plan to recovery has been followed to various degrees by states across the country. As of the 12th of June, New South Wales has allowed a majority of the activities from Step 1, and with gyms and food courts set to be publicly available this weekend, it looks as though the state is progressing towards Stage 2. But moving to Stage 2 doesn't change the fact that working from home is still highly encouraged. In light of the past few months, workers may have seen the benefits of working from home, so perhaps they wonder why it's not openly encouraged in the first place.
So we know that for people who do that, it has some positive benefits. It can reduce commuting times, that's an obvious one. It enables them to work their hours perhaps around their other caring commitments, children being an obvious one, and maybe elder care. But in other cases, it may also be a bit of a negative, because if you work from home all the time, then and you're part of a team, then it's harder for managers, it's said, to supervise those people. You have to have different techniques to supervise remotely. And of course, individuals aren't part of the network, the social network of what goes on at work if you work from home all the time.
The Workplace Health and Safety Act of 2011 provides a checklist of all the minimum requirements for home office space. It includes guidelines around ergonomics and even an emergency exit plan.
Well, we do have quite a strong work health and safety regulatory environment, which does to a degree manage what your home work environment should look like. But COVID-19 happened so quickly, I'm sure a lot of people didn't really comply with the exact regulations.
As more restrictions on social distancing get lifted, it'll be interesting to see if there's any value in being in an office space at all. Having to wake up 2 hours early, standing on a packed train, sitting at a tiny desk, and then working in a noisy office all day. Maybe, for this reporter, I'm happy to wait just a little while longer. Tuan Vo, University of Sydney.